do it.
All right, so we're going to talk offense, and then we're going to talk defense.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do the offense. I'm going to do the defense, but I will just say UCLA hired co-offensive coordinator Tino Sunseri from Indiana to be their offensive coordinator. So what kind of offense do you expect him to bring, John? And do you think it's going to be as RPO heavy as the Indiana offense was last season? Because Indiana ran more RPO than anybody in college football last year. And it kind of caught up with them against Notre Dame. When it didn't work, they didn't really have, Cignetti didn't really have like something else to go to.
Yeah.
It was like, oh no, we got caught with our pants down and we don't have like an alternate strategy. I think Cignetti's a great coach. Don't get me wrong. But in that one game against Notre Dame, he got outcoached a little bit.
Oh yeah. Now, when it comes to their offense, like, look, UCLA finished 12th in the conference, 3-6 record. I think, and like we already established, they improved as the year went on. They had 18.4 points per game, 328.8 yards per game, and I think with the RPO, I mean, I can see it working. You've got a quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, who's 6'6", 215.
Yeah, like
he is not a small guy.
No.
Last year he had 2,616 yards, 19 TDs, five interceptions with like a 63.8 completion. So he was pretty solid. Yeah. And I think under this he'll do okay. And I really believe that Javian Thomas, who is a transfer from Cal, I think he has the potential to be pretty solid in running an RPO system. Obviously, I have to believe that Tino Sunseri is going to learn from his mistakes last year.
Yep.
And maybe be able to implement, a couple different wrinkles as the season goes on. And plus, they also have Jalen Berger, who's just a solid running back, which I see.
Jalen Berger. He's still in the Big Ten.
He's still playing.
I thought he was out of eligibility like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know. We went over this last year, too. We're like, he's still here?
Jalen Berger is
okay.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Cash and checks, baby. Living in Westwood. I'm sure it's fun, man. You live the life, Jalen.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's great.
Go get it. Yeah.
So, and I think Nico has some good targets too. I think Quasi Gilmer could be really good.
Yes.
Caden Robinson, I think, is a big play threat. Mikey Matthews, who I think could also might be their returner as well. So like, there's some solid wide receivers there, and Enrico Flores Jr. I think adds some solid depth. He's from Notre Dame as well. So there's some talent there. Losing why am I blanking? He came to Minnesota.
Logan
Loya, thank you.
They lost Logan Loya and they lost Michael Sturdivant.
Yeah, so that's tough. That's hard to replace. But I think Gilmer and Robinson could be some solid replacements there.
Yeah. Titus Mokiao, Adamalala.
Wow.
I know.
Wow,
I worked on that one a little bit. But he had almost 300. Quasi Gilmore had 345 yards last year, and Titus had 294. So he also did some stuff too.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Mikey Matthews came from Cal. Jaden Wilson, came from Arkansas. So you mentioned those guys, and it seems like those guys could be really important as well.
No, I agree. And you got tight end Jack Peterson as well. I think we'll see. I'm not certain about him and how much he's going to add to the offense, but hopefully he's a good blocking tight end and he'll be able to at least help out with the running game, which needs to be more established. And again, last year their running game was awful. I mean,
their O-line wasn't any good.
Exactly. And I think this year they're going to have to, I think they have the potential to be good or at least solid. Because like you said, they were terrible last year.
Yeah.
They got to be able to protect Nico. I think the talent levels has stepped up. Obviously, they just need to gel. They've got at offensive tackle, they've got Cortland Ford and Ruben Unije. Offensive guard, Garrett DiGiorgio, and Julian Armella. Center, Sam Yoon. So I think they've got some experience there, but they've got a couple new guys, and I think their new guys are more talented, but again, we'll see. They got to gain some experience and be able
to tackle Garrett DiGiorgio. That's quite a name. DiGiorgio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say DiGiorno. I kept wanting to say I'm like, it just
we're doing
kept
our
coming
best,
out of my
people.
head.
And you know what? Some of the athletic departments are nice and will put out phonetic pronunciations for their names. but a lot of them don't.
No.
And then we have to wait to hear an announcer say it right. And it's God, I love him, but friend of the pod, JR, I hear him mispronouncing names all the time on his show. And he knows, and that's my point, is anybody can do it because JR knows what he's talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I hear even him mispronounce a lot of names, I'm like, oh, it's just hard because, well, I think there should be a page on every school's website where you can just hear the player pronounce their own name.
Mm-hmm.
And then it could just be like a 3-second audio clip of the player saying their own name the way they want you to say it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they can't do that for all the players.
I think they should. And
of course they should.
You even heard national media guys calling games that were having problems. They could.
Dude, James Franklin said Drew Aller's name wrong for a year. He called him Alar. He called his own quarterback the wrong name.
Well, remember when people would try to pronounce Ethan Kaliakmanis?
Oh man,
there was multiple people on these national televised games that were mispronouncing his name constantly. I think there was another one too, but yeah, it was bad. So their offense ranked 126th with points per game and 117th with yards per game. So they need to do better.
They need to do better. And sorry people, John is just having some issues today, but I will say that in the O-line, it's really going to be how long does it take to gel? Because they have transfers in Cortland Ford from Kentucky, like John mentioned, Julian Armella from Florida State, and Eugene Brooks from Oklahoma. So I think, John, I was just saying that I think that it's really a matter of how long does it take the offensive line to gel.
Yes, exactly.
Because they've got so many new pieces. What's that going to look like early in the year? Is it going to be one of those things where is it going to be kind of like last year where UCLA comes out of the gates a little slowly, and then as the year goes on, they coach them up and they get better and better?
Yeah, well, I think Deshaun Foster is a good guy to do that. I mean, he understands what it takes to have a good running game and having a good O-line. So I think there's a possibility there of them improving and maybe getting to 6-6 or 6 to 7 wins is I think possible. And we'll see. Obviously, Nico, we got to see if he can continue to improve as well. So, which I think he can. I think he's got a high ceiling.
Yeah, for sure. Any other thoughts on the offense before we flip over to D?
Not at this time, no.
Okay, cool.